Hello, happy campers. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the binoculars in my own personal collection. I'm not an expert in optics or anything else like that, but I can only tell you my own personal experience. All right, first of all, let's take a look at this one. This little binocular is made by Pentax. It's 12 power and it's 24 millimeter lens right here. This was my very first binocular. I purchased this binocular about 30 years ago. It's very small, very compact. As you can see, the size comparison, this is the smallest of the three. It's a good binocular, but over the years, as I get older, my eyesight starts to deteriorate, and this particular binoculars optical performance is just not meeting my needs now. And the second one we're going to be taking a look at is the Steiner. This particular model is a military marine 8x30, the 30 millimeter lens right here. And this is what they call autofocus. It doesn't have a focus ring like this one or the Zeiss. And the third one is my hunting scope, made by Zeiss, and this is 10 by I believe it's 36. And this particular binocular is probably one of the best binocular I ever owned. I'm sorry, correction on this is an 8x30. I mean, 10 by 30. All right, now let's take a look at this Pentax first. As you can see, the autofocus rings right here on the top, right here, and the fine focus adjustments right there. The binocular, for a small binocular like this at 12 powers, one of the major issues you will have is that if you don't hold them steady, then the little vibration, it magnifies 12 times. And sometimes could be a more of a headache. And the optics are clear, but it just doesn't have the light transmission as the Steiner or the Zeiss. The lens itself is not as bright. Anyway, the Steiner military marine 8x30. I really like it, but there's a big problem with this particular design is that without the focusing knobs, sometimes it's rather difficult to it's just not as easy to use as the one, in my own personal opinion, is that not as easy as the one with the focus ring. The optic is very clear, and you have adjustment for both the right and left eyes. It's very sturdy, little binocular. The optics are very clear. And now the third one, I had this car Zeiss for over 10 years now. It's a little bit more expensive than both of those two. However, it's the optics is very, very clear, and the image is bright, clear, sharp. It's well worth the money spent. In today's market, you're probably looking at about $1,000, maybe more, to get something of similar quality like this one. The Steiner, the Steiner binocular, run you about $300 or less. You can get them on eBay, Amazon. A lot of the retailers or dealers are selling this. It's a very sturdy binocular, but just think of this. If you just spend $8,000 to book a hunting trip, and which one of this would you take? I personally would take the Zeiss, because between the hours of dawn and dusk, this one's going to give you the best image quality. The Pentax scope is more of Unfortunately, all I can say is more of a toy now. Eventually, this is something that probably just give it to my kids, have them play with it. The image is good, but you just can't really get the kind of a quality from Zeiss or Steiner. And the price wise, I don't think they're making this models anymore. But you can find something similar. It's probably going to run you at $100 or less, or somewhere around $100 range. But if you're going to use the binocular as part of your tool, my recommendation is that buy the most expensive or the best binocular you can afford. Because now look, if I just buy the Zeiss at the beginning, I don't have to buy any of this anymore, and then the money can be saved for something else. So buy the best binocular the first time. That way you're not wasting your money on anything else. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave on below. And this is just my personal opinion based on my personal usage. Thank you very much for watching my video, and see you next time.